important difference between real life and the classroom. You never quite know what's going to happen in real life. You could plan for it, but very likely things are not going to go according to plan. But in the classroom, we expect that everything will go according to plan. For teachers with years of experience, you do know and you have experience for yourself that things do not quite go according to plan in the classroom as well. But in terms of the education system, in terms of the administrative requirements, that is not allowed to happen. Big difference, number one, between real life and classroom. You never quite know what's going to happen in real life. It can be unpredictable, but whatever is going to happen in the classroom must be predictable, and it has been planned such that it is predictable. Now, how can we ensure that that actually takes place? The only way is to remove whatever ambiguity or randomness from the classroom, and in order to do that, what we need to do therefore is to ensure that we have good classroom management and we manage the behaviors of students, and the process of doing so is to ensure that they obey every single instructions that is taking place so that whatever has been planned can be enforced.
Beyond order, 12 more rules for life. Why beyond order? It is simple in some regard. Order is explored territory. We are in order when the actions we deem appropriate produce the results we aim at. We regard such outcomes positively, indicating as they do, first, that we have moved closer to what we desire, and second, that our theory about how the world works remains acceptably accurate. Nonetheless, all states of order, no matter how secure and comfortable, have their flaws. Our knowledge of how to act in the world remains eternally incomplete, partly because of our profound ignorance of the vast unknown, partly because of our willful blindness, and partly because the world continues in its entropic manner to transform itself unexpectedly. Furthermore, the order we strive to impose on the world can rigidify as a consequence of ill-advised attempts to eradicate from consideration all that is unknown. When such attempts go too far, totalitarianism threatens, driven by the desire to exercise full control where such control is not possible, even in principle.
The result of this, unfortunately, is that students are pretty much domesticated when they are in the classroom. Now, what's this whole idea of domestication? It's not unlike how humans have domesticated the horse, for example. The horse, when it is wild, it runs free and it pretty much does whatever it wants. However, men have successfully domesticated the horse, and we put the horse to work in the farms, in the fields, pulling carriages, and now that we are very industrialized, they give kiddie rides in the zoos. So as a result of this domesticating process, what we are doing is that we are no longer allowing children to be children. We are not allowing teenagers to be teenagers. And very often what happens through this is that we are removing that ability, the natural ability of children, teenagers, and just about any human beings to therefore be able to respond to uncertainty, respond to surprises. And as a result, what we have done through this domesticating process, where we are trying to make everybody behave in a uniform manner, is that given the unpredictable situations that everyone is likely to face in life, they are now no longer able to respond and adapt to it.
One of the things that the kids in this room don't understand yet is that no and losing are their best friends. 100%. Unfortunately, and this is just the truth, kids in this room, you're growing up in a time where grown-ups want to stop you from feeling losses and pain more than ever, because truthfully, We've now lived through 70 years of prosperity, and our parents can actually spend time worrying about that stuff instead of putting food on the table. But not to get too heady here, for the kids in this room, the number one thing about starting a business or trying to build a profile is that you're gonna lose a lot. And one of the reasons I think so many people are struggling and are unhappy in their early 20s is we're coming into a place where people are hitting their 20s that were parented of a generation that tried to overprotect. And I think losing is awesome because you deserved it. It means somebody was better than you. And that's good for you to know because that's real life. That's how it's gonna be. And I think getting somebody to say no is awesome because that's real life. It doesn't mean you suck. It means what you tried to do right now didn't work. And I think that we have to have a much bigger conversation around that, and I'm happy a lot of you are listening to it right now because it's very real. Because I will tell you, kids, and parents for that matter, that I sit up here tonight extremely happy because I was losing so much and got so many no's as a kid. Because now that I'm a grown-up, it doesn't scare me. And unfortunately for a lot of grown-ups, it continues to scare them. They cared about what kids in high school thought about their dress. They cared about opinions, and they were overprotected, and it made them incapable. I really believe in the zoo animal thing. We go to the Central Park, Bronx Zoo right now and release those animals into their natural habitat, they're dead in 10 seconds. And I think we have to be very thoughtful for the parents in this room, especially who brought their kids tonight. You have to let them lose. No fake environments are destroying their actual confidence. It's true.